don't have to feel this, okay, let's help the Afghan people, let's try and resolve the war. But this guy did not come and tell them that they should help them and resolve the war. But this photograph they saw made people start having some form of compassion because they saw somebody's eyes and they saw the pain that she was feeling. This photograph went on to win many awards later on in life, and partially helped in the resolution of the conflict in the long run. The war did not end immediately; it took some time. Next up, on page 12, I want you guys to look at a photograph that is titled Earthrise. And personally, I'm a space addict. I love anything that has to do with space. And if I ask now, where was this picture taken from? Where? On the moon, okay? Any other person? This picture was taken on the moon, correct? And it was taken by William Anders of the Apollo 8 mission. The thing is that, you guys remember that Hasselblad company I spoke about, right? When Americans were planning to go to the moon, they invited companies to come and bid for who will be the official camera that they will take to the moon to video and record whatever they want to take. Somebody knew somebody that knew somebody that knew somebody. You see that it's not only in Nigeria that they know somebody. You know that Nigeria's own is that camera will not have worked on the moon. But hopefully Nigeria will become better. Somebody knew somebody that knew somebody, and they said, okay, after that time, the two biggest brands, I think, were Kodak and this Hasselblad. Hasselblad was a German firm. And the person spoke to somebody, and that person spoke to another person, and they said, my guy Sabio, their company, they make better stuff. True, they were making good cameras. So they gave some of them to the astronauts. The astronauts took them to the moon, and then they took that picture you see. That picture you see was taken by an astronaut who was standing on the moon, and he took a picture of Earth from the moon. But because he's standing on the moon, he can see both the moon and Earth. Because of the camera. The camera is a 70mm film camera. So he titled the picture Earthrise because the Earth was coming from like below, and then he took the photograph, and then the Earth came in view. But he also showed the moon in the foreground and the Earth in the background. And that picture, for me, the first emotion I get is that, what are we fighting for? Seriously, that's the first emotion I get to see that picture. What are we? Okay, you are Afghanistan, okay, you are US, okay, but look at all of you, you're on that small ball, all of you, you're on that small ball, and me on the moon, I can see all of you from here. So what are we fighting for? That is the message it sends to me. This picture also gone on to win awards and help to advocate for peace and stuff like that. Like I said, a photograph, without even talking, it can elicit emotions in people. It can elicit emotions in people. So think about it. All your enemies are on that small ball. All your enemies, all the people you hate in this life, they are on that small ball. All of them. All the people that you say you love, they are also on that small ball. So imagine this guy now, if he had one beef with one person on earth, how would he have felt in that moment? That guy that I hate, see him, is here. It's on that small ball. It's somewhere there. He said, blow it up. If you blow it up, where will he come back to? So that's just the thing with photographs. They have the ability to elicit emotions and go on to change things. Because through this picture, awards were won, advocacy for peace was pushed, things like, please don't kill yourselves, don't fight, we are one, humanity has only one planet. All those ideas were pushed through this photograph. So this is how a photograph can contribute to things beyond somebody's lifetime. Earthrise in 1968. So real quick, on page 13, we have the role of photography in documenting historical events. So some of them include the preservation of historical events. So for example, Earthrise is a historical event, and it was documented on the moon by somebody who was on the moon, an astronaut. He has documented it successfully, and that allows us to look at it and say, wow, there was a time that people were on the moon and they were taking pictures of the earth, and that shows that, people have gone far. There is also humanizing history. Sometimes when we say things like, in the year 1897, the British invaded Benin Kingdom, they robbed us and stole our goods, our history and everything. That is talk. But if you see the photograph of when they gathered all the things they stole and they snapped that picture, you feel more pain. Because now you are seeing all the things they stole. They pose in front and say, yes, we are the one that stole this thing. For them, for them it was expedition. It was, we conquered them. But for us and for the greater world at large, it was stealing, outright robbery. And because of that, you now begin to understand what Edo went through in the hands of British people. Because now you have seen the photograph that shows everything they stole that we cannot even get now, because some of them are hidden, some of them are destroyed, some of them are sold. But we now have evidence that yes, these people actually stole our stuff. Another role of photography could be to enhance photojournalism and journalism in general. So whenever you see a newscaster casting news, or you see photographs in a newspaper, there's this newspaper that I saw, and they said, I'm trying to remember the right word now. Trump's. I've forgotten, to be honest. But in the photograph on the front page, Donald Trump, he won something. So somebody now put him doing, yes, I think it's Trump's death. Trump's death. The word Trump means to surpass something, to beat something, to overcome something, correct? So Donald Trump, his name is Trump's death. And they now showed him pointing his hand in the air. That photograph will make you be like, oh, this man actually beat death one-on-one. Not true. But he survived an assassination attempt on his life. That photograph makes you feel that, this man is not ordinary. In a way. In fact, I heard that 2 other people have tried and they failed. So imagine surviving 3 assassination attempts. Okay. Imagine surviving 3 assassination attempts. You begin to think that this man is a god. Because how can you survive? They try to kill you 3 times, you did not die. What are you using? But if I were to write Trump's death, and I write under Donald Trump survived an assassination, or I write Trump's death, and I show that picture of him pointing into the air, which one do you think will feel more emotional? The one of him pointing into the air, because that shows victory. I won. That is what pictures does for journalism and photojournalism. It makes you feel it. And people do things with their feelings. This is another secret to photography. People purchase with their emotions. People don't purchase with logic. People don't buy things with logic. People don't buy things with, I need this thing, per se. They buy things because of how they feel about it. If they feel good about it, they will buy it. If they feel bad about it, they will not buy it. You guys forget to see this with time as we continue our classes. So I'll just wrap up the last role, encouraging empathy and social change. This is something that we see every day. Sometimes, maybe online, and you see maybe somebody with a medical condition that is very bad, and they say something like, please donate for Mr. James. Chances that people will donate to that person increases when they see the medical condition. But if you just write, donate for Mr. James, he has cancer, send to account number 240780. Some people may send, but if you put the picture of Mr. James, you show the cancer, you show where it has eaten, you show how it's lean, people will tend to want to donate more, because they are seeing a photograph that is reminding them that this could be me. Also, back to the example I gave about the Afghan girl, because of that photograph of how her eyes looked so haunted, people started making moves to end the war that they were fighting in their country so that at least there can be some peace. Not because of her exactly, but because what they saw told them that what if it's my daughter that is experiencing this war? How would she live with it? In fact, I followed up of recent and I found out that they found the girl after like 25 years. After this picture was published, 25 years later, they found the girl. And I think they gave her some stuff like to tell her thank you. Because technically, it was her picture that started the peace process that now came on to be. Although Afghanistan is not really where they should be, but because of that girl's photograph, some good was brought to that country. So on the next slide, there's a list of historical photographs that I would like us to go out on our own and just browse about. All these photographs are on Google, they're not difficult to find. But I want you guys to browse about them on your own, and then in the next class, we'll discuss about some of them. Some of them will make you a little bit traumatized. Let me just give you that heads up first. But this trauma is a good kind of trauma because I feel it will reveal your human side. It will open you up to become more human. Because one thing I think you must be as a photographer is that you must be human. You must have that human element to you. You must have that capacity to feel. And if you cannot feel most times, then you cannot express how you feel in your photographs. Let me just do my job and go kind of person. I beg, now my job I did for. You will not, for me, reap the benefits, the full benefits of photography. You have to be in touch with your emotion. But that doesn't mean that if your client shouts for you, you shout for your client back home. Do you get? Be in touch with your emotion does not mean that your client slap you, slap your client back home. But there's a kind of emotion I want you to feel. When you feel that kind of emotion, you will take better pictures because you now understand the human condition, how people are. Until you can understand to a certain extent, nobody knows it all. Nobody can understand the entire human condition from A to Z. No. But you can understand to a certain extent, and from begin to do better because now you know how it feels like to be human. So at your own time, take out time, browse about these photographs, browse about the people who took them, and just look at them and just learn from the photographs, learn about what was written, why it was taken. There's some photographs that are staged. I will give you guys this tip. Let me say you're in a political rally and you're taking pictures of the person who is on stage doing shouting whatever political party they are in. And then you are trying to get the crowd to respond. Maybe because you are taking the person that is talking on stage, but you want the crowd to respond in a very happy way. I've seen some rallies, especially in foreign countries, where they will display on a large screen. They will display something like clap. That screen, you cannot see that screen if you are watching the TV. Like now, let me say I'm talking to you guys, right? And somebody is recording this event, and the person is facing you guys with the camera. To my left and my right, there will be a large screen that will say something like, whenever maybe as I end my speech, something will be like clap or shout or scream. When you people see that thing on the screen, you people do that thing. When you do it, me that is watching the program from house will just be thinking that so they like this man. It's just they clap. It's because it is being staged. Now that's a part of this our whole franchise or this our whole business, is that some things can be staged, some photographs can be staged to elicit emotion, to make you feel something. But that doesn't mean that there are some photographs that are not taken as they are. Part of the list in these photographs, you will find some that are staged. When you find them, we'll talk about them in the next class. I will not tell you. So you talk about them in the next class. You will tell me the ones that are staged, the ones that are staged, and the ones that are like they were taken in the heat of the moment from the account. That's the end, guys. Thank you very much for your time. If you have any questions, I would like to hear them, or any contributions, I'd like to also hear them. Any questions, contributions? Questions? Okay. Okay, somebody. Good afternoon.
Praise the Lord.
All right, please.
I believe because of our human aspect, whenever any human being looks at a photograph, there's different perspectives to how we see a photograph.
Yes.
And it depends on the state of mind as you look at that photograph and psychology at which they are reacting. And also, I also hear this saying that a photograph can tell more than 1,000 words.
Yes.
So that's why I got for this class. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Thank you. Any other person? Questions, contributions? Anything you want to ask about photography, this class or any other class, or anything you have heard? Also, I just want to add, right? Part of the changes we are seeing now, right? You know, when we talk about our guy that use asphalt to make photograph for 8 hours, we now talk about film, we now talk about digital. Now, there are AI generated photographs. You get AI generated photographs. Now, one of my theories is that very soon it will be possible to take a selfie with your phone and then get an AI to work on your face to a degree that it will be realistic. It will not be fake, cartoony thing that they used to do in all those apps. It will be so realistic that if somebody sees it, maybe for example, you take a selfie of yourself and then you cannot put it in a pilot uniform, a proper pilot uniform, so that when you send the picture to somebody, they'll say, "Oh, Captain James, when are you traveling?" They will not say this is looking like AI, which kind fake. They will just have to listen to you. That's the stage I think we are getting to with AI, whereby things will now become so digitalized that just your selfie alone, just like a passport photograph, just your head, you can use it to reconstruct a full picture of you that will look very realistic. Does that mean that there will be no more photographers? No, it doesn't mean that there will be no more photographers. There will still be photographers. Why? Not everybody will have that technology, capacity to afford or even master that skill. For example, I don't think I would have been able to master that 8 hours photography skill that guy was doing that time. Say you take one picture, wait for 8 hours, so we see one picture, one. I know fit, I beg, okay, I'll go do something else. I want to snap my picture, I want to see them, as they go. You get, so all these things are opportunities. I don't see them as threats. The world is accelerating very fast. There are now, how do I put it now, predictions that in no time, somebody will be able to advertise to you in your dream. And this is not juju, this is not Nigerian film. I'm talking about technology. So imagine being able to show you pictures in your dream. If I show you McDonald's, shawarma, burger in your dream, the moment you wake up, the first thing you go and buy is what? McDonald's. Because that's what you have been seeing in your dream. So this is where pictures are going. We just talk about the Afghan girl. We just talk about Earthrise. Now imagine somebody is now showing you all these things in your dream. The person can literally make you carry your money and go and dash one humanitarian cause or stuff like that. So things are changing every day. But I just hope that with this, we can lay the groundwork to now go on to do so much more in our coming classes. So any other question or contribution? Any other one? Anybody? No question, no contribution. Did you understand everything? So my assignment, you also understand it too. Find out which of the pictures were staged and then tell me which ones were realistic, and then also give us an idea of what the major emotion you got from that photograph by the next class. Thank you very, very much, guys. And do have a great time. Bye.
Have you had a great time? Okay. So we're going to put to work what you have learned in photography and in soft skills. I would randomly pick 5 persons. We still have 20 minutes before the end of this class, so I'll give room for videography class. I'll randomly pick 5 persons. Remember, if you look at me and look away, I will pick you. 5 persons, you stand up and put your communication skills to work. Now you have learned photography. I believe you are not in this class because you did not have any other place to go to. In this class because you wanted to learn photography. So you tell us in 2 minutes each why you are learning photography and what you want to use photography to do. If you want to tell us, raise up your hand. No. I want people that have not taught before and people that are sleeping. People that are sleeping and have gone far. No. So there's one person at the back there that I wanted to stand up. Stand up. Someone is there. Stand up. If you are raising your hand, stand up. No, she's in video. She's supposed to be in videography class. If you answer this question, that means you're in photography. Stand up. Stand up. So that you follow me. Are you okay? Let me look for a name. There's one. Who is Barbara Felix? Barbara Felix. Okay, I've talked before. So how many do we have now? 1. Okay. Stand up. So let's start with. Do we have up to 5 now? Please stand up. Stand up. Let me see you. Stand up. Let me see. Okay, we have 4. Okay, we already have 1 person representing this group. 1 year, 1 year. Someone give me 1 person from there. The fair girl, stand up. You looked at me and you looked away. Stand up. Oh yeah, now. I did not want to call you before because you were sleeping. Let not be that I'm picking on you. But now you now looked at me and looked away. So let's start with you, sir.